Good morning, guys. Well, another day out here in Michigan. It's going to be a beautiful day, probably in the 60s. I like that. Well, the other day, my wife and I went to church, and as always, it was an amazing service, great worship. But the pastor said something that we're to set an example to the next generation. And I myself at work am a supervisor. And as a supervisor, that means I'm a leader. And I need to lead my crew to do the right things. I need to be a good example. See, I think there are two styles of leadership. There's lead by fear and there's lead by example. I myself am the lead by example type. I will do whatever it is that needs to be done to show my crew that I'm not better than them. I will get down into the trenches, I will bust my butt, and I will show everybody what it is to be a supervisor. I think that's very important. The lead by fear, you don't gain respect. You don't gain the confidence of your crew. They're always too scared to do anything. The lead by example, they see that you can do it. And me, being a little bit older than most of my crew, they like that. They like that I'll get down in there and I'll show them exactly what needs to be done and not just tell them what needs to be done. Well, the word says that in 1 Timothy that set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, in purity. See, we as believers here, we have a job to do. We have a job to set a good example, not just to the other believers, but to people that don't know Jesus. We need to show them what it is to be a believer. When you speak to people, speak with confidence, speak with proper words. Don't use curse words. Don't use corruptible speech. You don't want people to think, oh, he could talk any way he wants. In conduct, do what the word says. Don't go out here acting a fool. In love, show people that our God is love. In faith, we're to walk in our faith every single day. So when we face adversity, our faith should triumph that adversity. In impurity, we're not going out being unfaithful to our spouses, to our faith, to our friends, to our family. We have a sense of purity in our bodies and our minds. The word also says that in everything, set them an example by doing what is good. And in your teaching, show integrity and seriousness. And that's found in Titus chapter 2. We have a job to do. We're to lead by example. We're not to lead by fear. I don't want my crew going, oh my goodness, if I don't do this, I'm going to get fired. With a threat hanging over their head. They don't work well. Most people don't work well with a threat hanging over their head. When you have somebody standing by you in the trenches, as a believer, you go out there and you're standing next to somebody in a struggle. Show them what it is to get through that struggle. Pray with them. Go have a cup of coffee with them. Do whatever it is that we need to do to show people a good example in Christ Jesus. That's what we're called to do. So I encourage you guys today, be that example to somebody. Doesn't matter who it is, be that example. Show people what it is to be a believer in Christ. We down here, it's easy to get caught up in the world, but we're to be set apart from the world, holy, sanctified. Not to say that we're not going to make mistakes, not to say that, we don't mess up from time to time, but we know that our God is bigger than our mistakes, and we're able to push past it, focus on Him, set a good example to the people around us so they could see that our God is real, that our God is loving, that our God is all about having us follow Him in such a way that bring others to Him. So I just want to lift you guys up today. I love you. I'm praying for you. If you need anything, hit me up in the comments. Have a blessed day.